Hi, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Champions of Eclypsia. We're here again on Saturday with a city in flames. But before we get into that, we're going to go around the horn and say hi to everybody. All right. Going that way. That way. Yes. Noir, how are you this this afternoon, morning, evening?
I always go first, and I'm always surprised by it. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm
You're the
doing well.
first one on the thing.
Am I? I don't. Oh, there I am. Look at
You
me.
are counterclockwise. So
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. I'm Nora. I'm doing all right today. I do a morning show before this, so I had a pretty busy morning. We talked a lot. We talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I had my feelings hurt about the Batman, which is a movie I liked.
Yo, you weren't the only one. I was with you in solidarity on that one. Of the
Same.
whole but it was good. It wasn't bad.
No, I saw Brandy's point, and I'm like, no, but I'm also like cuddling friends.
Shout out to Brandy Rose, the cutest Patoot.
The
Yeah,
Patoot.
but I didn't know Patoot was a butt, but now I do, and I'll never forget it. But yeah, that was my morning. And I've got a couple of things to do later today, so I'm just trying to sneak food in my gullet when I can.
Makes sense. I feel like you are like one of the busiest people I know, and we're gonna you are we're gonna jump from me because I'm there, and we're gonna go over here to Nikki. Nikki, what are you doing?
Oh,
How you doing? Yeah, I know. I'm changing it up.
you are changing it up. I'm doing all right. I am doing really well. I got my Red Bull here. It's the limited summer edition. Hashtag not sponsored. Please, Red Bull, call me at some point. Call me. Yeah, because I would really appreciate that. Moving is crazy. It's on the docket and everything like that. And of course, Maud is feeling a little conflicted because she wants White Bane to burn for her own reasons and not whatever this is going on. No, they can't burn White Bane. Only Maud can burn White Bane. You hear me?
Somebody
Only Maud.
Somebody beat you to it. It seems. I think so.
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. Oh, Joshua, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I didn't think I cared that much about the city until the people were at risk because we hid from somebody. So yeah, now it's time to go rescue some people. Indifferent to it burning, whatever. This is our family, our group, whatever the family and group decides, we'll figure it out. But definitely want to take care of the people. There's still some friends and family in there. I don't want to die.
But what about all those books?
Oh yeah, no, saving the books is absolutely like the library has to be safe.
We'll find your motivation to save this city in some part.
The library will be saved. There is no question about that.
I either can or cannot confirm that there may be a ranger wandering around in the city that may tell you whether or not you failed the city if you don't save it. He makes
Is he wearing green?
Possibly. He may be very good at doing the latter. I'm just saying. That is a thing. He's in every world I make. You just got to deal with it. All right. So past that, you know what? We're gonna go to Al next. Yeah. How you doing, Al? How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm all hopped up on caffeine from Geek Grind's Frost Giant Cold Brew. Again, hashtag not sponsored, but still pretty darn good. Flint he part of him wants to at least make sure his ants are okay and save partial town too, but then he's also like, oh, to prevent the burning, we gotta stop this bad guy in front of us. So we're trying to be heroes-ish.
Valiant efforts are definitely being made. I'll give you that. Except for Maud, she may actually fan the flames. There is a distinct possibility of this. Last but not least, Jay, how you doing, bud? How's it going?
I'm doing well, very well. Busy, but good. Happy to be here and looking to see what Ralph is going to do, because there seems to be some conflicting views that might happen, and he's kind of like not sure which direction to go. Not letting it burn, what to save, who not to save.
These are the important questions.
Exactly. Do I get to rage today? Those are the life asking questions.
Those are the important
Does
questions.
the barbarian get to rage? Yeah, other than that.
I mean, solid. Those are very important questions. And it has been one hell of a busy week, but a good week nonetheless.
Yes, it has.
It has been a busy week, but it's been a good week. It has been a good week so far. We're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that same energy and positivity going. And before we start, I'm just gonna say it. 90s X-Men's the best X-Men. Anyway, so moving on.
And you?
What?
Yes,
What my
who are
day?
you?
No, we don't talk about me. We don't talk about Bruno. All right, we're gonna move on. All right. So where we last left off, our heroes had just finished dealing with the Blight Duchess. There was a sort of interesting arrangement that took place while some of our heroes were being heroes and some of our heroes were laying the foundations for something more. But the wedding came, and while Petra was fully intent on going along with it, his friends saved him from something that he may or may not have truly wanted to deal with. Yes, I think Einor's secretly trying to keep Petra for himself, but we're not going into that right now. And as such, the group decided that they needed to return to Whitebane upon finding out that that the Burnt Knight was in fact marching on Whitebane, and they were like, oh well, crap! Now we've got to go help them. And making their way back through the woods, they found themselves going back, riding hard and fast. They cut around Farendel. They came back to the Rotwood outpost, which they see now is again manned by a full company. They gave them basic warnings, told them to bar their gates. The company there acknowledged them and listened to what they said, just due to the sake of this heated confusion that was happening. And our group continued to ride hard and fast to Whitebane. Upon getting to Whitebane, cresting the last hill to look down into the ravine where Whitebane sat, they saw these massive weapons of war mounted, firing what amounted to caber-sized crossbow bolts that were lit aflame into the city of Whitebane, and the city began to glow. For Whitebane once again was burning. And that is where we will pick up, friends. You're looking down into this ravine. You can see what amounts to an army of thousands. What is it that you wish to do?
Ralph is going to take a moment to survey everything. There might be a slight pucker factor because of thousands of individuals. Tactically wondering what the possible best way to do this. And he's just pondering, looking at all of this and just kind of grunting, like surveying, and then looking for commanders.
Looking for like
the
enemy commanders?
Yeah, the head honchos. And
okay. All right. So you're going to see basic commanders that are there, right? That are ordering people. You see formations and ranks being formed as they are lining up. But what you can tell is that this is the initial portion of a siege. Now, granted, in your current lifetime, you've never actually seen a siege. But you know, you don't have to know what an orange is to call it an orange kind of thing, right? So you are looking and going and trying to figure out what's happening. You see a handful of commanders that are trying to stack them up. You see phalanxes form. You see archers moving up behind them, and it looks as though they are trying to move into the city towards those initial main gates that you came out of.
Ralph turns to the group. No one's got any delusions of grandeur that charging in is going to save the city. Options. Anyone?
We can
Take
sneak
out
our way into the city and possibly look for people there, maybe resistance or something.
I don't see the big. I wonder if they're still on their way.
So, I'm sorry. I was going to say, from this distance, you're not really going to be able to make out individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for the man himself, you may not see him without some sort of aid to your sight.
Got it.
We don't see a giant guy with burnt armor on a chimera. I feel like that's very distinctive.
With the lantern with souls around it.
I mean, sure. You know, if he was the only light source that existed down there, let alone was he the smallest thing that you saw, or the largest thing that you saw. Keep in mind, these particular machines of war that you're looking at, right? I mean, if you figure a Chimera is roughly the size of a Buick, right? These war machines that are firing these cabers, these telephone pole-sized bolts, right, are probably the size of houses. These are massive weapons of war. How they are here, you're still not entirely sure. Because he didn't have anything like this when you first encountered him in Farendale.
I like Al's idea of trying to coordinate from the inside to resist, or the other option is we try to find the leaders of battalions to remove them. But with an undead army, they're just going to stay doing what they're doing, even if their leaders die, because those were the last orders they were given. And I look over at Petra. Is there any way to mass put them to rest?
That is outside of my capabilities.
Do we attempt to sabotage these weapons of destruction before we go in?
To what end?
To at least pause the city's destruction. If it's stealthy enough, we could stealth in, damage those machines, get out before they know. But it would be very tricky.
Yes, because I'm sure that when one machine is disrupted, they're going to figure that out. Unless we move really quick.
I don't see any options right now. With the amount of force that we see sneaking into the city somehow and mounting and getting intel on the resistance is about the only thing I can think of.
Also, or as a side note, they're here for us. So if we sabotage a machine, slows it down, get the attention, we had brought up the plan of running into the woods and dragging the army behind us.
Is that really such a wise idea, with considering what we've encountered in the woods before?
Oh, it's a terrible idea for us and our livelihood, but it helps the city, the knowledge, and the people if that thing can destroy the undead army.
That thing only exists because people have a tendency of disrespecting the woods. So our plan is to further disrespect the woods.
There's also the possibility that they could be working together. That they could have a similar, alliance or something.
Which would then put us directly in the middle of two enemies that are on the same side.
It's definitely a gamble.
There's nothing we can do from this vantage point. And he just starts walking forward towards the war machine.
Flint's gonna follow.
Well, let's take this slow, and Einor will start looking for a path to try to sneak up to the war machine.
Okay, so you guys are
To a war machine.
Okay, so there are 3 of these war machines. They are all pretty much towards the rear of their army, right? So you wish to circle around to get behind them and come up from behind?
Petra's just walking directly to it.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
Einor's going to try to sneak to a different. If Petra's not going to like veer off or try to be stealthy at all, Einor is going to stealth to a second one.
okay.
Ralph will join.
All right. I need you all to make perception checks.
Okay.
There we go.
11.
23.
23. Okay.
22.
22. Okay. You were going 2. I'm like
23.
2. 22, 23.
Natural 20, 25 total.
All right. Flint, what did you get? As you're drinking, that's when I'm going to ask the question.
God dang, kid. Good. 11.
11, and Einor got a 5, right? Okay, so Flint and Einor focused on the formations and the moving of this massive army of undead. The 3 of you, the remaining 3, notice something emanating from Whitebane. The central tower, the Lantern of Calling, is lit. Now, if you remember, the Lantern of Calling was used to try and guide back what is referred to as the Ascendant One, who once defended the city of Whitebane against a very similar such army.
Is that what I think? Are we talking about what I think we're talking about my particular religion?
Kinda.
Yeah. Okay.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. The pace quickens.
The pace quickens a bit. As you're making your way down.
Making my way?
Yeah, there you go. There it is. All right. Towards the army, into the ravine. You're starting to see little blips that appear behind the army, and small swirls open, and then more troops start to walk out, and the swirl closes behind them, almost as if they're using some sort of teleportation or doorway that they're using to wherever they're coming from to here. Now, you're slowly approaching. The army's not really fixated on you per se, but luckily enough for you, there's all manner of walks of unlife that are moving around. So, with that, if you're trying to get close enough to the siege engines themselves, I need you to make a stealth roll.
I rolled this at disadvantage because of my armor.
Hmm?
That's gonna be a 14.
Oof. Okay.
13 for Einor.
9.
Man, y'all are putting them up.
12 for mod.
12 for Mod. All right.
Let's go out. It's on On Flint.
Natural 1.
Thank you all for tuning into the final episode of Champions of Eclypsia.
The next group will start in Ferndale.
Yes.
Watching these idiots leave.
Yes, in the time that was before.
As he approaches closer, if I may, I'm gonna have him cast protection from evil and good on himself.
Okay. All right. Are you going to be ritually doing that, or are you going to burn a slot for it?
I'm burning the slot.
All right. As you're slowly getting up in that direction, a patrol of two guards are coming around, and they spot you. You have 1 round before initiative is rolled to deal with these 2 guards before they alert those around them.
And these are undead?
Yes.
I think he's just going to keep walking and look at them and go, run. And that's going to be my turn undead.
Ooh, what's your turn undead? What's the
Alrighty then. So with turn undead, as an action, I present my holy symbol and speak a prayer centering the undead. Each undead that can see or hear me within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. So they just run away.
And okay, all undead within 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
I came to say hello.
First one definitely fails.
Okay.
And the second one will definitely fail on a 4.
Okay.
So they see you, they kind of they go to make noise. However, you're fortunate in the fact that these particular undead are skeletal, and so forth, they don't have the ability to make noise like that. And they start to book it back from the direction that they came. You realize that now time is definitely going to be limited.
Well, I'm actually heading in the direction where they came, so
Mhm.
they have to go the other way.
No, so if you're walking this way and they're coming
Yeah.
from that way, your turn is going to make them go back the direction that they came.
What if I run?
Yeah, they're just going to keep going.
I'm faster than them. No, I'm kidding. No, that's
What are
cool.
you trying to do? Like, run them
I'm trying-
down?
Yeah, I want them to run towards my party, back the other way.
Oh, no, they would have to come closer to you to get at your party,
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
which they're not going to necessarily be able to do. So they turn and they flee. They run. You guys are coming up closer. You see and hear. Is your turn undead? Is it an aura that lasts, or is it a?
It is just one action.
Okay, all right. So
If you shall not pass by.
right, I just want to make sure that as you get closer to this particular device, that the other denizens that are around the area are not reacting to it in the same
Yeah.
capacity. That's more or less what I was getting at.
Gotcha.
All right, so you're walking up towards it. The rest of you see Petra basically just cause this two being patrol to turn and flee. What are you all doing? You're
muted, Mark.
muted, Nikki.
I didn't realize you could actually do that.
You mean like make the undead go away?
Hmm?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just gonna look at Maud. I tend to make evil things uncomfortable.
So you probably make yourself uncomfortable quite a bit.
Well, that would explain why you're so uneasy around me, wouldn't it?
So Flint
Oh
is going to
no, I'm not uneasy around you.
I am.
Come on, we can continue our banter once we get the job done. I have more important matters to attend to once this is over.
Like getting married. That's true. And she does keep going so that we can continue.
Spoiler alert for everybody who's watching. In season 10, Maud and Petra actually get married together and live happily, miserably ever after because they found themselves unable to function without each other.
What about Einor?
Please tweet your fanfics.
Please tweet your
Yeah.
Petra and Mod fanfics.
Please feel free to drop a link to your fanfic regarding Petra and Maud at any time.
As soon as Ma keeps walking, he's just gonna unsheath his sword, and there's like a look like I could.
Flint's like, don't do it, not yet.
I'm remembering Hawkeye right now. Nobody know.
And you're seeing Ralph giving you that look from distance away.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
All right.
I'm heading towards that light.
Yeah, Einor starts to whisper and is about to hit the drum and like stops as they run away, and like he looks over at Flint and Roth and just like, okay.
So you guys make it to basically you guys are able to get up to the backside of this particular war machine. You can see on the far side they're attempting to load another one of those giant cabers. It's as if they feed it in from the side, and some sort of internal mechanism is what lifts it up to fire it. Listen, I love those dwarven war machines from Battle of the Five Armies, and I will put them everywhere. Watch me. So
Einor is going to start figuring out how to dismantle this thing. Like, what is the linchpin that he can pull that will cause it just to self-destruct?
Yeah, Flint will help him like kind of with investigating.
Okay.
Too.
So are you both going to make individual investigation rolls, or would you like to make them together?
What's your modifier, Einor?
+7.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah, go with advantage.
So
Hey,
there you go.
Can I also attempt to make a check here?
Sure can. What would you like?
I would like to. I'm gonna pitch this. I'm proficient with carpenter's tools. Would I understand the basic basic machinery of this?
Well, it's
All
not
right,
so much the you would not necessarily understand the mechanism.
I don't
want to.
I don't want to figure out how to destroy it. I want to figure out how to use it.
Oh, in that case, not exactly. You would have a working knowledge of where all its load-bearing structure points are at, where what joints would probably cause what areas of it to fall apart. But the actual full-on mechanism itself, I don't necessarily think would fall under carpentry.
Okay. Can I attempt that investigation to see how to use it?
Sure can.
All right. That is a 16.
Okay.
Would
And
have been a 17, but my investigation is -1.
There you go. I know. What did you get?
26
Okay.
with an 18 and a 19 on the dice.
Okay. All right. So, Einor, you were looking for what exactly?
So I'm looking for the linchpin or the load-bearing weight to be able to just quickly remove, or some way to be able to quickly just like cause this to collapse and not work.
So, from what you can tell by taking a quick glance at it at this particular point in time, is that in order for it to draw back to be able to fire this projectile off, it has massive counterweights that hang off the side of it that are basically as you see them loading one in, the counterweights are dropping down, and then you look off and you see one of the other ones fire, and those counterweights shoot straight up. So you're guessing those counterweights are probably key to the functioning of this particular piece of machinery. Noir, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say is Flint and I are looking through it. It's like we can just cut the counterweights to stop this from firing.
Noir, one thing that you definitely notice trying to figure out how this mechanism works as a whole, you're not 100% sure how it works in, totality, but what you do know and can have been able to figure out and decipher from it, right, is that it is not in any way, shape, or form meant as a direct fire thing. So it is meant to be artillery. It is meant to arc. It is not meant to shoot, basically fire straight forward, because the weapon itself won't lower. However, you do know that on the inside, it's a series of what you see along the inside and outside. To maneuver it, it has giant hand crank wheels, so it works kind of almost like a really, really fancy ballista, right?
Okay.
To turn it and move it, to point it in which direction you want it to fire.
So this couldn't be used to destroy the other war machines.
It could be, but your best guess, you're an educated individual, right? They would be too close to get under that arc.
Okay.
GM,
Mm-hmm.
the two individuals that are loading this ballista that we're all kind of looking
Mhm.
at, what type of undead? Are we looking at zombies, skeletons?
You can make a nature check to try and ascertain what kind of monster or undead that they are.
Okay. Kind of trying to figure out if there's a lot of skin or just bones. And that's I get pluses because they are undead. But it's still not going to be a huge or do I have advantage? Ooh, I don't think I've got advantage on it. Favorite enemy, intelligence recalls for knowledge.
But you had advantage on them.
Oh,
You have advantage on them.
Okay, so for favorite enemy, that'll be a 17.
Okay. You recognize that they are revenants.
Oh, the revenants. Okay. That makes a difference. That makes a huge difference.
These individuals that you're seeing that are loading these siege weapons, they look like they are more not meant to be the cannon fodder.
Okay.
Like they have to retain a level of intelligence to be able to actually work these machines.
Okay. And Roth just kind of turns over to the other ones. The loaders are not going to go down easily. It's going to take a round or two. We all have to take them out at the same time. I say we take those out and then the machine.
Do you want me to help focus fire, or do you want me to start working on the counterweights to stop it while y'all?
We need to focus fire and take them out first.
Go.
Then we can take out the machine. Are we all good with this?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you guys are going to go against the Revenants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, before I have you roll initiative, what is your plan for taking this out? Keep in mind, you are, for lack of a better term, amidst an army.
Stealth up to them and
Perhaps what's needed is a distraction to send them their army scattering in another direction. I would like to make my way to the make my way. I would like to make my way to the ballista.
Okay. All right. So it's the ballista is about 15 feet from where you're currently at. Are you just walking directly, or are you trying to kind of like sneak amongst the the various battlement type stuff that are being hastily set up around this?
I'll try and do this sneak with some stealth.
Okay.
Okay, that's not amazing. That is a 6.
Yeah, no. It's difficult to see, and there's a lot going on. And as you start to approach, 2 of the 4 crewmen turn and look and see you. And at that point, we roll for initiative.
Cool. Oh, hell yeah.
That sounds positive.
20 on initiative.
Oof, good one.
23.
23. All right. I'm about it. All right, so we have 23. Hang on, skip this.
8.
8. All right. Well, I mean,
6 for Flint.
that's something for sure. Hang on, where we at? Here we are. Okay, so we have Maud at 8. We have Petra at, what'd you say you got?
20.
20. Einor.
If we're going into focus, Einor is going to go charging in with his short sword and dagger out.
Initiative.
Oh, I told you, 23.
I didn't catch it. That's what I was asking.
Oh, sorry.
23. All right, Flint.
6.
6. Cool. Rolf, please tell me you got not a single digit number.
I got a 3 because while Petra was walking up, I was taking that bonus action to do that pop the
Got it.
shoulders.
Are you reloading your R's like
Yep,
Henry
yeah,
Cavill?
Yep. I'm reloading, and it's like because it's the first time since he's been healed that suddenly his body is actually changing and morphing a little bit more, and the snout comes out.
Please tell me, what type of features are you starting to exhibit?
The form of a beast, and instead of the claws, he's deciding to do a mouth, and just this bare large mouth as everything just starts, he gets a little bit larger, and the bones and fur hair just, and his jaw just kind of comes down, and just amount of teeth just kind of comes out as he looks like a warish bare-faced creature.
All right. Hang on, finishing this up. Flint. And Rolf bringing up the rear. All right. So you have the 4 of them that are starting to turn to move towards you. They are walking. They have this kind of like look because of the confusion of muster and people moving around and doing all kinds of different things. They're unsure at this point if you're friend, foe, not quite sure. So they're trying to make sure that they know who you are first, but they are closing. Einor, you are first in the initiative order. What is it that you wish to do?
I'm not leaving anything up for debate. We were told to focus, so I'm charging at the closest one. Sword and dagger out.
Okay.
So first with the short sword. That's a 13. 13 with the short sword.
That is a no.
Okay. And then sweeping, two-handed fighting with the dagger. 22.
22 with the dagger does hit.
Stupid dagger. All right. That is 6 points of daggery damage with it as I get up in its face.
All right. Is there anything else that you wish to do? Anything else that you can do?
No. Sorry. Move, bonus, and attack. I'm
All
good.
right, Petra, you are up. What are you doing?
There's 4 of these things, right?
Yes, currently one is engaged with Einor.
Don't look at me, Einor. And his eyes are gonna go black, and the skin from his back is going to rip as wings emerge from them. And I believe, yeah, every once all creatures within 10 feet of me have to make a charisma saving throw or be frightened to the end of my next turn.
Oh. All right. So, anybody who's looking at you.
In 10 feet, yep.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to assume here that Maud, Flint, and Rolf are not within 10 feet of Petra right now. Okay, just making sure.
See.
Yeah, he would have walked past them. The only reason he warned Einor is because Einor's the only one engaged currently.
Gotcha. What's your charisma save?
They have to beat DC 12.
Goddamn. All right, well, I guess your day's the day to be heroic, and I'm going to throw this die out because not a single die roll was above a 5. So they are frightened. So they will be under the frightened effect.
And I'm going to walk next to Einar and attack the one that he's engaged with.
Alrighty. And for those of you watching, yes, my undead can be frightened.
Okay, that is a 26 to hit.
Oh, that very much hits, yes. Here's a better question. What are you attacking with?
Lightbringer.
Okay. All right, just verifying. Just verifying.
Hold on, I need to get these 6s because this is also a sneak attack. It's my sneak attack. Finally get to do it. So sorry. 1 second. Okay.
He's gonna have all the dice, and he's just gonna murder.
I just a little bit. So far 10. What is my sneak attack?
That is your sneak attack.
I'll only do 1d6 right now for sneak attacks.
Okay.
14, and in my necrotic shroud, that's an additional 4 points of damage. So that's 20 points of damage total.
20 points?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, doesn't your necrotic shroud also confer something else for damage?
I added that on.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool beans. All right. So, 26 points of damage.
Oh, just 20 points of damage.
Oh, 20 points of damage. Okay. 20 points of damage as you bring the Lightbringer down on this particular Revenant. This Revenant went from being fairly okay to damn near cleaved in half, but it is still continuing to fight, and it goes to make an attack against you, raising its hand axe, the only weapon that it is currently carrying. And because I'm at disadvantage, okay. His attack goes and swings wide and misses you. Another Revenant, one of the next Revenant moves away from Einor and Petra, who are engaging with one, and charges to close the distance with Maud.
Does that initiate an attack of opportunity from either me or Einar?
No, he should be about 15 feet away from you.
Gotcha. Had to try.
Yeah. Let's see here. Maud, does a 14 hit? You're muted. Very much muted.
A 14 barely hits.
So it does hit?
Yes.
All right, then.
I'm a squishy bear.
It did a whole 2 points of damage to you.
2 points.
As the hand axe connects with your with some of your clothing. It hits a strap, cuts the strap, doesn't quite cleave into you, but it's enough to let you know that you are definitely engaged with someone. A second Revenant comes running up to help his fellow undead to attack against you. For a 17. This particular one does 7 points of damage with its hand axe against you as it finds purchase on you.
Okay. Ouch.
Now it is your turn.
Okay. I'm just marking this damage done. Whew. Let's see. Well, I've got people in my face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this. Yeah. Only thing I have that can hit more than one person. We're gonna go for it.
All right.
The classic, the mod special, if you will, burning hands.
I swear to God, if you set me on fire.
It's already been stated we're 15 feet away. I thought about that. I'm like, nope, it's already been stated.
Okay.
We're safe.
Yes, you are 15 feet away and safe from the infamous burning hands.
It's 11 points of damage.
What is the save?
The save is 14 and it's a dexterity save.
First one fails. Second one fails.
So, yeah.
How much was it?
It was 11 damage.
11 damage. Okay, for these two Revenants, they light up and ignite in flames.
It's definitely ow.
They begin to back up a little bit from you, almost provoking, technically, an attack of opportunity, as they are on fire. And you can tell that these particular flames are having far better of an effect than what you had normally expected.
Interesting.
You have an attack of opportunity as they are backing up from you.
Okay. I will try and smack them.
Okay.
I will. We're gonna see how this works because mod doesn't usually smack things physically.
Kick him in the knee.
Yeah, we're going for a kick. Something like that. Where is it? Where are you? It's a whole thing. Where is it?
Which
Oh,
spell
there.
is she looking for?
Oh, it's not a spell because I can't use a spell on an attack of opportunity.
You trying to just do an unarmed attack?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Here. I've got my proficiency bonus. I used my crossbow.
All right.
It's a nat 20 on the crossbow. Yeah.
Solid.
25.
How much damage?
Hold on. It didn't roll the damage. Give me 1 second. I was not expecting a nat 20 from mod on a crossbow hit. And hold on. It needs... Why didn't it do that? That was weird. It's not giving me the damage. Roll 20. Why are you doing this right now? It's okay. I can manually do this. Because I can do math. 2d8s. So that's 10 points of damage.
Okay. Which one do you want to drop? A or B?
The one that actually hit me. So B, I think that would be the one.
Okay. B.
Yeah.
B it is.
So it's definitely burn, back up, swing crossbow, and it's like hip fire. That's the thing. She's got that hooked right there. And it's one of those things that she remembers when Rolf taught her how to shoot this thing way back in the day. And yeah, chink.
Very well. As your crossbow bolt flies through the air, finding purchase in this particular Revenant's brain cavity and drops it. Flint.
All right. Flint will use this bonus action to cast Searing Smite on the sword, kind of seeing how Maud's burning hands were effective.
Okay.
He's gonna whisper, firstborn, guide me, guide my sword, and he runs and attacks A.
Okay. All right. So it is currently on fire and panicked. So you will have advantage on this particular attack.
Okay. Does a 17 hit?
Oh, yes.
All right.
And how much damage do you do to this particular Revenant?
That's a good question. Where are you guys? So that is 9 points of magical slashing and 2 points of fire.
Okay.
And since it's got Searing Smite on it, at the start of its next turn, it will start the next turn. Must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or it takes another 1d6 fire damage.
Okay. All right. So both of your attacks find purchase on it, and it's almost as if it snaps it out of its panic, and it goes into like a fight mode. It goes back into fight mode. The fourth Revenant comes running up to make an attack against Flint, seeing that it's attempting to aid its compatriot. And the dice are forever in y'all's favor. As it swings wide with its hand axe, and it swings in such a wide manner and with such force that it actually misses you entirely and causes it to fall prone as its axe lodges into the ground next to you. Rolf.
Yes. So Rolf starts moving up. At first was like, uh-oh. There's some problem. Maud's got a little issue, but then after she kind of taken care of all of them, like, okay, it gives it a little look after the hip crossbow shot, and she's like, yep, finally. Quick question though. Knowing that I know that they're Revenants, do I know that fire is, and seeing that's the way, to keep them down?
What, like,
I mean, is it they're susceptible to it?
Yeah, like
Okay.
you're recognizing that at least for these Revenants,
Okay.
that the fire seems to be a bit more effective against them.
Okay. All right. So then Ralph is going to go up to Flint, and the one right up that's on the ground, and just raging up, take the battle action, just come right down on top of it.
Okay. How are you going to approach?
Oh. Was with everyone else.
No. I'm saying, how are you going to approach? The reason I'm asking is because if you are attempting to gain flanking, you definitely can, is what I'm getting at.
No, I'm just walking up.
Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Okay. Does a 22 hit?
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
All right.
I see why you're saying you just walk up. Yeah.
I just walk up. So that is going to be 17 points of damage with the great axe.
Okay.
Magical great axe.
Okay. Very much so. Yeah. With that, your axe finds purchase. It lets out a very loud scream before lying there limp on the ground, burning.
Oh, it is burnt. Okay, that one's burning. Okay. All right. As a bonus action, nope, not yet. So yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay. We are back to the top with Einor.
Okay, so we still have one on fire standing and one not touched.
Nope.
Just the one that's on fire and standing.
The what? Well, no, we have one that's on fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the one that you and Noir are dealing with.
Okay. I thought Roth just murdered that one. Sorry, I got them mixed up in my head. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to double attack the one that's in front of us.
Okay.
That is a 16
Okay.
with the sword.
All right.
Let's do that real quick. 5 points of damage with the sword. And then another 16. I'm rolling 11s today.
Better than
And then-
threes.
Truth. 9 points of damage with the... Oh, nope, sorry. That was a D6, not a D4. And I rolled a 6 on it. So, okay, 4 points of damage
Okay.
with the dagger.
All right. So for a grand total of... You have 6 points from the dagger and your...
6 and 4.
So-
Or, no, it was 4 from the dagger.
Yep.
And then 5 from the short sword. So that was 9 total.
9 total, both slashing, yes?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So both of your attacks find purchase on this this particular revenant. It still has the slightest breath of life in it, though that isn't quite fitting, I don't think, for the breath of life. And what do you Noir?
Yes. So the one we're fighting is still standing, right?
Yes, but it is maybe a breath's away from permadeath.
All right, then I'm gonna cut its head off.
Attack with halitosis.
Alrighty. That is going to be a 16.
That will connect.
Okie dokie. Cool. 5. My sneak attack again. 8. 13. 14, 17 damage.
How do you dispatch of this particular individual?
So right as Anar goes for the stabs, when it reacts, I'm just going to use that moment's distraction to lob its head off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it rolls on the ground and just rolls off into the darkness. As miraculously enough, the Lightbringer itself doesn't actually have blood on it. It's like as if your cut was that clean.
Interesting. And almost to himself, he's going to say, well done. And that's kind of to the sword and to Anar. It's just going to... The others are being taken care of, correct?
There is
Like-
one left that is in front of Maud and Flint at this time.
Mhm.
I am going to look at Maud and go, don't die here. I'm the only one that can kill you. And that's going to be the healing word that he throws. With
Wow.
his bonus action.
Wow. All right, that's quite the healing word.
How much healing do I get from that?
5.
Okay. Yeah, and there's just this moment, and there's a bit of a, and then a smile. You promise?
I give you my word.
I don't know what this energy is. I don't know what this energy is that's happening right now.
We have more important things to press right now.
I don't know what this
This is
energy
dead.
is right now, but I'm here for it.
And yeah, there's just a little bit of a wink at that.
You can't see it because his eyes are all black, but they
Yeah.
definitely rolled.
They clear out just enough for the roll, and then they go back. All right. The remaining Revenant is going to attempt to make an attack against Nikki. Now, the fact that Maud and Flint are both technically within engagement range of this is going to make things kind of interesting. So let's see if this is going to be successful or not.
Is this the one that needs to make the con save at the beginning of its turn
Yes, it is.
from Flint?
Yes, it is. What's the con save?
DC 13.
13. Roll your damage.
Right. 3.
It continues to burn, only now it's realizing that it's continuing to burn, and it almost kind of slumps slightly before attempting to make a veined attack against Maud. And it will miss on a 5. So now it is Maud's turn.
Maud's going to look at this thing because, I mean, it swung, it missed. She stepped out of the way. She still has the crossbow at her hip, and it's you came around to the wrong place, boy. And yeah, she's gonna shoot with the crossbow.
All right, let's see what happens. All this posturing, I'm here for it.
I got a nat 20 again. I'm
Nice.
used to this.
Wow, so at least Roll20 likes somebody. I found the one person in the world that Roll20 actually likes, and it appears that it's Nikki. So what was your damage?
8 points of damage. I rolled a nat 1 on one of the dice.
Fun. So, how do you dispatch this final Revenant here?
I love the image that this thing swung. She says that, and it's kind of trying to roar right up into her face, and the crossbow's right in the mouth. Shot.
Stapling.
And her face is just unfazed by this. She's staring right there.
All right. Stapling this particular individual to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it. I like it. I'm about it. All right. So, these individuals dispatched. There appears to be no other crew for this particular siege weapon. What do you do?
Einor starts scissor cutting counterweights and starts disabling device.
Okay.
Ralph is just looking to make sure nothing sneaks up on us.
Okay.
And if he does, it gets a hit.
Yeah, Flint will help Einor cut the weights.
Okay. What is Maud and Petra doing at this point?
Could just burn it. That's what Maud says to Petra, because I almost see they're a little bit back while the muscly guys are doing their thing. And yeah, it's that observation. It's like, I could just burn it.
Burn
it. Do you have something that's not the cone of death? Do you have just like a direct death? Direct fire?
Is it currently loaded?
Yes.
I am going to walk towards the release, and before I release this bolt, I am going to cast daylight on it.
It is
fire.
It is pointed at Whitebane.
At the city.
As I see you approaching,
then I would probably move it so it fires away from the city.
Okay.
And then before I release, I'm casting daylight on the munition.
All right.
I holler at Flint so we stop cutting counterweights.
Yeah.
I just want to create a distraction.
Fair enough. You know what? Give me... Let's see how good of a distraction this is. Give me a performance check at advantage. Because this is the closest thing I can think of to creating this distraction.
How's a natural 20 do you?
That'll do just fine, Zuh.
Nice, Nart.
As you are...
Got 20 buddies.
As you...
And this is
Oh,
like the
no.
first time
Oh,
that
no.
he's
I just
casting
realized it. Okay.
daylight from his sword. So he's like just gonna place a hand on it. The sword's gonna shine, and his eyes are gonna go white now and touch the bolt, and then he's gonna fire it.
All right. Cool. I like it. I'm here for it. Everything just got switched around, and I just saw it, and I didn't realize it. And we're going to fix it here in just a second. But before that, I'm going to describe exactly what happens as this caber, this telephone pole, begins to glow. And launches over. It lights up with the spell of daylight, causing this amazing glow over the armies. And for a brief moment, everything stops as they see this glowing beam almost firing over, missing the city, but towards the city. And then you hear, "Believers, you've come." And we're going to take a break right there. So grab your drinks, grab your snacks, grab all the fun stuff. Because we're going to get stuck in, friends. Because that was awesome. But we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And I'm going to fix this stuff. Don't worry. I'll fix it. We'll see you shortly. Back in 5, 10, 10. Back in 10. Back in 10.
Shortly. See you shortly.
See you shortly.
Bye.
Can see and view.
And we're back, friends. And I'm going to fix this real quick because I wasn't thinking about something when all this happened. So let me fix it real quick. And I will fix all the things and it'll be good. It'll be good. So I need to go to this one. Hang on. That one. There we go. That needs to go there. I'm doing this as fast as I can, folks. Bear with me. I apologize. I've not quite had to do this one before. Nope, that stays there. Hang on. That one. What? Light it up. This is not good. Entertain the crowd while we're doing this. There's that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We're making.
So there's no idle champions cut today, but this weekend you can unlock the 100 champion, the Dungeon Master.
That is a true statement
from the old unique cartoon.
Bam! There we go. We're fixed. I think I fixed this. We're fixed. Yep, we're fixed. Everybody's where they need to be. I got it. I did it. No pressure. Not totally embarrassed. It's okay. I got it. We're going.
And then somebody turns the camera off again. It just makes you do it again.
Don't do it
until you love it.
Don't do it.
That was my bad. I bumped it by accident.
Don't do it. Don't do it, please. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, to the second half of Champions of Eclypsia for today. Hope you got your drinks. Hope you got your snacks. When last we left off, our heroes had captured a siege engine. They had fought off the crew, captured the siege engine, and in a bold effort of making a statement, someone decided to basically light up what is the equivalent of a telephone pole with daylight and then launch it over the armies, causing the army to essentially do a 180 and look back at the source of where this came from as this beam of sunlight, because it is at that point a beam, flies over the armies. And then they hear that voice. Believers. And at that, you see, not too far off, a portal closing. And you see a chimera and a dark rider. And it's not moving with haste towards you. It is moving in such a manner that it knows you have nowhere to go. But what do you do?
At this point, is the rest of the undead like surrounding us, or
No. You like basically they've turned to look at you. This has happened, right? What do you do?
Is the voice being projected or is it in our head?
It's projected. You can very much tell that it is emanating from him.
I'm just gonna look at the rest of the party. Well, figured the most direct way to find what we wanted was to let him know that we're here. And here he is. Should we advance and do what we came here to do so that I can get to more important things?
There's another ballista that could be taken out first.
There's two.
At least. Maybe we should take care of that before we knock on his door.
I think we've already knocked on his door. But
kick it.
Would you really insist on using what remaining resources we have to deal with two weapons rather than to deal with the general of our opposing army?
also, that general could be coming toward us as we are taking out the ballistas. So he'd like you to catch us while we're distracted.
I'd much rather collect his head and be done with it.
Then let's collect his head.
Okay.
Going to walk in the direction of where I heard that projection coming from.
Oh, you very much see him riding his chimera.
All right, yeah.
All
Just
right.
gonna walk
Let's
towards.
go. Let's go.
All right.
Einor starts. He actually starts hitting the hand drum with in rhythm, and actually starts a. I apologize for any flashbacks. He starts a kind of military cadence for being able to like run as a group, and
Okay.
starts doing the chants
All right.
like in rhythm.
All right. Fair enough. All right.
Which I have no rhythm apparently, but
All
yeah.
right. Fair enough.
Mm.
Doing the airborne shuffle. I get it. Let's go.
And
All right.
Ralph is suddenly his mouth and jaw kind of come back in, and he's doing the Cavill arm thing again. And this time the claws, these like large claws, just start coming out of his hands. And the fur and just muscular is like as he's moving forward.
All right. All right. You got to freaking rack 2 new rounds into the arms. I get it. You know?
Yep.
All right. As you begin to move, you all start to hear a loud, bolsterous horn emanating from the city.
What in the fresh hell is this now?
Do I recognize the horn, or the meaning of the horn?
Make a history check for me.
This is what I do. 21.
That is the gate horn to announce that the gates are opening. As the gates begin to swing open, you can feel in the ground it start to tremble slightly. Rolf, you recognize this particular feeling. You've known this feeling before. This only happens when the bulk of the regiment rides. And as if a great tide is unleashed, as if a dam is given way, you hear the baying, the calling of various steeds, horses, mounts. As the Whitebane Reclamation Regiment, in force, rides out as if a beacon were lit, the necessary distraction that they needed was provided for them to ride out and meet their enemy before it reached the walls. And chaos begins to unfurl. Between you and the dark and the burnt night, right? Between you and Garloth, forces begin moving, seeing what their primary target is, seeing what they actually are here for. They turn, and you're divided for a period as soldiers rush past you to head towards Whitebane to fight the enemy that they're actually here to fight, as if the armies are somewhat paying you no mind. Some of them stop and take you in as a measure, but continue to march on, following their orders, following the, recognizing, like, to these units, to this army, that you are not their mission. And it's almost as if Garloth the Black stands there waiting. He goes so far as you can see, he dismounts from his chimera. And his chimera sprouts wings and takes off and flies over the army under some unseen command as they ride and as the army rides and marches towards the meager defense that Whitebane has sent out to meet them on the field of battle. You are difficult to make out. You are difficult to see in all the movement and all the chaos at this point. That is very much apparent. What do you do?
So fine. Go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, Ralph hearing the sound in a slight voice, he's like, finally. And as everything's just chaotically going, looking at everyone else and just moving forward, taking the lead and trying to get the focus on him from the big guy. And then taking that, shifting more. Suddenly he's growing bigger.
Mm-hmm.
As he's judging it, once he gets to a certain good distance, then, like I said, up until that distance, he's fine. But once he gets into that, close combat engaged distance, 30, 40 feet, he's just gonna pump up.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Flint continues towards Garloth, paying the soldiers no mind. If there's anybody from the Church of Life, he ignores them as he approaches Garloth. And although it's kind of a meager, as he gets in within the red distance, 30 feet, he's going to reach out with the hand of the firstborn, and he's going to use channel divinity for the first time, and watch as he reaches out his hands and like dragon claws sprout from the ground and try to ensnare the Burn Knight. And so I need a DC.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, D&D Beyond. Let's see, it's a 13. DC 13 strength or dex saving throw or be restrained.
I feel bad because this is like your crowning achievement, crowning moment.
Well, and it's something we kind of worked on together, so that's kind of why I wanted to do it. But
yes. Okay. You see these spectral hands reach up and grab out of the dirt to at his legs. You see these clawed scaled hands grip his legs, and you see him stop for a second, look down, and then you see him pull his hand up, and it's as if a small ball of light goes from that lantern to his hand, and he crushes his hand, and it's as if you can hear a faint scream. Both Maud and Petra feel as if something that should exist has been resigned to oblivion. And in the process, he jerks his leg free of your claw. And he goes, "The old blood runs, and I will have it." His intention very directly shifting towards Flint, away from Petra, who he was staring down. His entire body shifts to face Flint and begins to walk slowly, his sword hitting the ground, almost as if it's too heavy for him to really carry, but he's still carrying it, dragging across the ground, runes lighting up along the blade, glowing slightly. And the ground where the blade is cutting seems as it's not so much digging a trench as it's tearing it apart with a slight red glow that trails behind. And with that, I believe we should maybe possibly do that initiative thing.
Almost got a 20 again, but it switched to a 14, so that's a total of 15.
All right, hang on. Let me get his initiative down really quickly, please. All right. And all right, you said you got a 15, Petra?
Yeah.
Okay. Nikki, what did Maud get?
Natural 1, so it's a 4.
All right, I'll put you down here at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Einor, what'd you get?
14.
14. All right, Petra, I'm sorry, one more time again.
15.
15. All right. Flint.
I got a dirty 20.
All right. And Rolf.
Bring in,
Double digits?
balance. The balance is here for a nat 20 for a 21.
All right. Oh, finally. You're not in the back of the bus. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, here we go. Flint is at a 20. 20. And then we have Garloth. Or not Garloth. Friggin'. Oh my gosh. I'm with it. I know what I'm doing. I have 100% Roth. Is at a 21. There we go. All right, so our initiative order. We have Garloth with a 24. We have Rolf with a 21. Flint with his dirty 20. We have Einor with a 14. Nikki with a 4. And Petra with a 15. I don't know why I put that out of order. Why did I write that out of order?
Yeah, why did you do that?
I don't know because my notes are everywhere as I write this.
It's okay.
I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Bum, bum, bum. For those of you tuning in at home, this could be the fight to end all fights. But we shall see what happens. All right. Garloth moves towards Flint, raising his sword. And just, like, it's almost as if he sets to look at him. What?
Ralph is up front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He is very much focused on Flint. Flint did something that hasn't been seen in a very long time.
Didn't know how close he just walked past, or anything like that.
Would you like to?
Opportunity.
Would you like to? Would you like to try and make attack of opportunity?
Oh yes, I would.
Okay, please do.
We're going dice here too. So, yeah. Does a 19 hit?
No.
A 19 doesn't hit. Sorry, I had to say that once.
Okay.
Well, it's been fun, y'all. I'm out of here.
No, a 19 does not hit.
Okay.
However,
I'm gonna have to do.
what you do see happen. Are you attacking with your claws, with your axe?
The claw.
Okay.
Try the first claw. We're going to test it. See how
Right.
it's working. Because it's the first time.
Something very familiar happens.
Okay.
You go to swipe your claw, and you feel as though your hand and your claws stop mere millimeters off of their armor. And your hand bounces back slowly.
Okay.
And it continues. Garloth continues to walk. Raises this sword in a single hand and brings it down towards Flint. Does a 26 hit, Flint?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
And this will be for 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 2 points of necrotic damage. As you see this sword come down and connect, do you raise a shield, an arm, something in defense?
A shield. He raises a shield.
The sword connects with this shield,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel it, the strike, the hit of this weapon reverberate through your whole body as it forces you to take a knee as you are defending yourself. Rolf, what do you do?
Is there a way to get behind him to
Easily.
flanking him
Easily.
for advantage attacks?
Sure.
We're doing the 2 claws, one recklessly, but not recklessly since I've got advantage right now. I'm flanking, but yeah, both claws. Just I'm like, don't turn, no me, and I just yell at him, says, "I'm your target," and just try to hit him in the back. Does a 25
Yes.
hit?
A 25 will hit.
And that's the only one that does. The other one does not. The other claw does not. For a total of 8 points of damage.
Okay. All right. Next is Flint.
Right. Since he's being flanked, does Flint also get
He does.
all right. Rise up to a knee, and he'll tackety.
All right.
Okay. That is a 26 to hit.
That it will hit.
All right, and he's going to throw Divine Smite on that too. So first off, 11 points of slashing and 13 points of radiant.
13 points of radiant.
Yep.
All right. And yep, okay. So 13 points of radiant and 8 points of slashing?
11 points of slashing.
11 points
Magical
of slashing. Okay. All right. And what was that with your smite die?
Yes.
Okay.
The 13 was.
All right.
That is his turn.
Okay. Petra.
All right. Is this guy obvious undead?
You can't see him, technically. You just see his armor. No ounce of his flesh is actually visible to be seen. His armor is that complete and that covering.
Okay. Well. Oh, that's a whole ass action. You know what? Better to know than not know. I would like to use my divine senses to confirm if this is either a celestial fiend or undead.
It is radiating undead.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Just gonna keep my hand, keep myself in a defensive position with Lightbringer, and do I have any bonus actions that would be useful? No. Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Einor, what do you do?
Einor goes up she's the short sword that he's had out, and pulls out some of the pulls out a couple of the thieves' tools and looks at Petra and goes, looks at Petra and says, "Get to the other side as a distraction," and looking, trying to imply help me get this lantern. And Einor goes up and as he passes Flint, goes, "You got this. Stay in rhythm." And Bardic Inspiration to Flint.
Okay.
And then he will take the action to just do a quick vicious mockery. So DC 13 Wisdom saving throw. As he goes up and goes,
Okay.
"You think you can kill all of us?"
Okay. What is the? What'd you say was the resistance?
13 Wisdom.
He turns and looks at you and says, "Yes."
And that's all of my turns.
Maud, what do you do?
I see my friends, which I now refer to them as instead of associates or teammates or pains in my asses.
We call that growth.
All of them.
All of them. And she sees that they're having trouble hitting this burned man, this falsifier. And so she is going to look at him, and she is going to use her hex ruin.
Oh.
So, and there's a bit of a mumble to Marcus. It's very much like this. Better help us out. And that is
We can certainly try.
And that is a Constitution saving throw.
All right, Constitution saving throw.
DC 15.
I got a 15.
Wow. Is this one of those things where it's like it meets so that so it works?
I think so. I'll say it does.
So his AC decreases by 3
Okay. All right.
until my next round.
Okay.
And that's all I can do for this round. But it was definitely one of those things. Look,
Is this
point,
a concentration
ruin.
spell?
It's not concentration.
But is
That's
it a
the thing
spell?
about Hex. It's not exactly a spell. It's a witch ability.
Okay.
I just get it from being a witch.
All right. Here's the more important question.
Mm-hmm.
Can it be dispelled?
You would need another witch to cast a different hex
Okay.
to counterbalance it.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay. All right. So.
I mean, I guess if I died in this.
No, I'm more or
round,
less
it
literally
would've-
wondering whether or not
Yeah.
it can be whether or not it can be dispelled, like through a dispel.
Can't. Yeah, it can't be done through a dispel or anything like that. Another witch. There is another hex that would boost someone's AC up 3.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, so
Hex duels. Sorry.
you're good. He seems unfazed by it. Like, you know that it has taken root in him, right? As the, we'll say, shield around him shimmers slightly and almost seems to somewhat dissipate as it goes to make another attack, swinging, rearing its sword up, swinging around, looking at Rolf, bringing it down.
Bring it.
I am going to shoulder check him as he's coming down and go, I bet you can only kill 2. Cutting words, I'm going to reduce his attack.
So, okay. You're going to reduce his attack by how much?
Roll the die by 5.
Is that from the die roll or is that from the total?
That's from the die roll. That's cutting words as a bard.
Okay. Well, aren't you lucky, Ralph, that natural 20 is only a 15 now? But I still have to ask a very important question.
Please do.
Does a 26 hit?
You know, because even though you dropped it down, it just
barely? Just barely hit?
That 15 you rolled wouldn't have hit because he's now a little bit more armored because of his shifting abilities. Oh, by 26, yeah.
Oh, okay, good to know. For 15 points of slashing damage.
Oh, but I believe I'm raging, so that'll be halved to 7.
That is true. That will be halved.
Yes.
Right? But the 14 necrotic damage won't be.
Ooh, let me double check. Okay. So 21 points of damage total, correct?
Yep.
Got it.
Hey, yo.
It's
Ralph,
like we're fighting a big bad evil guy.
you're up.
Yeah. Oh, he took it. He's like,
Are you beer totem?
no, I'm not bear totem. I am shifter.
Oh.
I am so bear totem would have given me immunity to everything except psychic, but I decided to go shifter more. So he has weapons and claws and more natural abilities on that. It just seemed more fitting with his shifter species and race. So kind of calling in that inner bear, werebear.
Yes.
So at that point, he's just like, bring it, and goes back to attack. And this is since we're still flanking, right? Is there an advantage on this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so claw on it.
So like unless he very pointedly disengages, right? You guys are pretty much gonna have flanking because you've got Flint on one side, Einor on another, Petra on another side, you know what I'm saying, and then Rolf.
Yeah. So Ralph is just like looking at all this tactical. He just smiles and he just comes in with a nat 20 in his first roll.
Nice.
First attack.
Nice.
And then it's going to be 15, which is going to miss. So I'm assuming a 15 misses.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Remind me your critical damage again.
You will take max damage times 2, then add your modifier.
You mean max damage dice roll, then add modifier?
The max of your die roll times 2, then add your modifier.
So that will be, let me look at this. I can do math. It's all good. So we're going to be looking at 12 points of damage plus 5. So 17 points of damage from that one claw shit.
All right.
Strike.
All right. Flint.
All right. Same song, second verse. He's going to attack once more. Actually, thinking about it for bonus action, he's going to cast Wrathful or Searing Smite on his blade once more. Then he's going to attack.
All right.
There's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Yep. So if I have Searing Smite already too, can I throw a Divine Smite on that also? Oh wait, no, I can't. I can't because I already cast. Oh, all right, never mind.
You used
Smiting.
I used it.
You can smite whenever you make an attack. It's not an action all of its own.
Right.
No,
Wait,
but he has points he has to be able to spend to do it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I
wasn't thinking. So 9 points of magical slashing and 6 points of fire.
Okay. Is this the continual fire?
Yes.
Okay.
And then that's his turn.
All right. All right. Next is Petra.
All right, Petra, having observed all of this, is going to walk up to our charred friend, and I'm going to make an attack. And we're flanking, so do I get advantage?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How's the nat 20 do ya?
I mean, that will definitely hit.
A 20 and an 8. So that is a total of, yeah, but let's do damage now.
Let's do the damage.
Bring
it.
Okay.
Crush your enemy.
Yes. So it's double damage?
It is your max die roll times 2, so whatever the weapon is, times 2,
Okay.
plus your modifier.
So weapon damage times 2, so 16 plus the modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Does that double sneak attack damage too?
No, just on the crit
Okay.
itself, just on the weapon
Okay.
itself.
So just 1d6 on top.
31.
31. All right. At that hit, that solid hit against him, his attention slowly shifts and his head turns to look directly at you.
And when he looks at me, Petra's just gonna go, "Hi, I'm the believer."
My old foe, we meet again.
For the last time.
I'm not talking to you. And you hear in your head, he's talking to me.
I'm gonna look at the sword. You speak.
I listen.
Well, let's see if you kill as well. And then I'm just gonna get back into a defensive stance.
All right. Einor.
Einor is going to utilize his action to sleight of hand and try to use the thieves' tools that he's pulled out before and the dagger to grab onto the lantern and then cut it off and yank it for himself.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
It's a 15.
Okay.
It's a 15.
Oh,
You cut it
buddy.
off.
Oh, good.
You cut it off. You now are in possession of the soul cage.
Sweet.
I need you to
Oh.
make me a wisdom save.
We knew that was coming.
18, 17 on the die.
You are momentarily stunned. Wait for it. As if 1,000 voices scream within your head.
I just felt left out. You know, everybody else has things that talk to them. I just, want to,
Why not you?
This sound is almost paralytic. As you feel the swell of knowledge, fears, desires, hopes, dreams, lives, memories flood into your brain. I need you to make a dex save, please.
That's a 4 on the die, so that's a 9 total.
You drop the soul cage as this sudden psychic bombardment into your brain begins to take root. At the end of this session, you will gain the dark gift, Past Life. Maud.
Yes. Well, first off, I'm going to cackle, which means she kind of giggles to herself. This guy's in so much trouble, he doesn't even know it yet. And what that does is that extends the ruin.
Does it?
Yeah, that's what it does. It's a bonus action because it was supposed to, the ruin should fall at the end of my turn, but no, we're keeping that up.
Oh man, that
Alright.
stuff is like the Pathfinder witch. I love it.
Yeah.
I know, right? I love it. And with this, I am going to use one of my new spells that I got because I got to pick a witch specialization, and I went with the Red Witch.
All right.
And we're gonna do a Scorching Ray set.
Keep in mind, all of your buddies are surrounding him.
Well, and that's why Scorching Ray, because it's spell attack bonus. It's not Burning Hands, which is a cone. It's focus, pinpoint.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Because it's
Don't
an
worry.
attack roll, yes?
It is an attack roll.
So
It
the
is.
potential for a 1.
There is a potential. There is a potential. And I
Be
love you,
okay. Nothing to worry about. Let's see how this goes.
and I gotta do 3 of them. Let's see how that works. I clicked the firebolt button because it won't let me do the Scorching Ray, but does a 23, a 19, and a 22 hit?
Yes. They all
Okay.
hit.
All right, so let me give you the damage for each of them. We've got 11 for the first one,
Already?
2 for the second one. That's 2 natural ones,
Mm.
and 6 for the last one.
Okay. All right. Sweet. As your beams find purchase, feeling very proud, very confident in yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if like his eyes within the slit of his visor give that predator flash, right? They just Maud, I need you to make a charisma save, please.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not too bad. I think not too bad. Does 21 work?
No. You are surrounded by inky blackness. You have no ground beneath your feet, no sky above your head, no horizon in which that you gaze upon. You are floating. You are surrounded by nothing. The only sounds you can hear are the thoughts within your head. For the rest of you, it appears as if Maud has simply blinked out of existence. One might say she has been banished.
Well, I'm grateful that my prayer has been answered. I don't like the method in which it was done.
He just had to get that one in, didn't he? Just had to get that one in, didn't he?
I'm so...
You know what you did.
You know he loves you.
I do. I would hug you and give you a kiss on your forehead right now.
Rolf, what do you do?
Oh, Ralph goes full beast mode.
Mm-hmm.
Looking over and he's like, just Maud. And remind me how big this guy, this
person?
Goroth,
Gorloth?
this thing is. Yeah.
Gorloth is approximately 9.5 feet tall.
Okay. Large or medium size classification?
Technically, for the game mechanic purposes, he will still qualify as medium sized.
Okay.
Because it's clear that perhaps his size isn't a natural thing.
Yeah. So looking at the fact that this kind of is happening, and realizing that probably that look of him looking at something caused this,
Yes.
Rolf would like to grab his leg and hulk him into the ground face first.
Wait,
Loki,
are you
Loki,
are you trying to
I'm
tombstone his ass? What are you doing?
I'm Lokiing him. The Hulk
Oh.
Loki. You are puny god.
Puny god.
Okay.
And I'm literally grabbing his leg and slamming him into the ground and trying to pin him with his head in the ground.
Okay.
Recklessly.
Alrighty. So that's going to be a contested strength test?
I guess, yeah.
Because it would be a grapple, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So contested strength test?
Here we go.
I'm sitting at 24.
Well, considering I have advantage, and one of those dice was a 1, it's only 24, you said?
19 on the die plus 5.
Yeah, he beat me by just a little bit because I only got a 19. All right, good attempt. Unsuccessful as he's grabbing and tries to pull him in.
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm. Yeah, this round he's just like that. Pretty much what he does. It doesn't work.
So you go to grab him, and he looks down, and it's not enough to do damage, right? But he kind of smacks you away, but not like in a sense to do damage, but the whole just off.
My hand just kind of comes off of him a little bit, and I just look at him and is like, "Well, we're not done by any means."
Flint.
Okay. Kind of seeing this go on too. He looks at because I know what's next to us too. I'm assuming the lantern is right there on the ground.
Yes.
Flint's going to try to break it with the sword.
Okay.
So roll an attack. Would it be with advantage because it's on the ground?
You want the advantage on a prone object? Is that what you're going for? Is that what we're going with right now?
It's more so if I need it to break it. if it has an AC and I need to roll to break it.
I mean, it has an AC. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does have
Then
an
yes.
AC. Okay. All right.
Then yes. Okay. 25.
That will definitely hit it.
All right. Oh, I can roll damage too. Never D8 when you need it. For 11 points of magical slashing.
Okay. I'm gonna need a drink of water for this one.
Oh boy. Me too.
Yeah, get him in.
Cheers.
Maud. You hear. Daughter. Is that my granddaughter I sense? Is that her? I can feel you. I can feel you. Wait. Oh. Where are you going? What? Come back. And you feel yourself fall about 5 feet, smack into the ground. And at the same time, you're met with a wave of energy. Rolf, Flint, Einor, and Petra, you are blown to the ground at the release of this epic level energy, as if all of those souls, all of that power, all of that energy that was within that cage was released at the same time. bolts, souls taking form, not taking form, dots of light, dots of energy emanating from this, pulsing out, wave after wave after wave after wave, hitting the armies of undead, vaporizing them, consuming what flesh and bone of theirs that still existed. Pulse out, go out, wash over the city behind the walls, and you can hear a cacophony of screaming of the living from the far side of the wall. And then after a short period, it dissipates and goes up towards the sky. Petra, you regain your senses, looking around to see Garloth standing over you to swing his sword down. I will have more, as it drops his sword down on you.
Shit. Crap.
Does a 19 hit?
He's gonna need to roll with disadvantage because I have protection from evil.
Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
His sword cleaves down and hits in the dirt next to you. What do you do?
I'm going to say, well, if you want more, and I'm going to think, listener, I could really use some help. And I'm going to attack.
Do you actually ask it for help?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I don't get to roll with advantage because we're not flanking anymore. One more time. 20. Let's go.
Okay.
God.
Very important. You asked it for help, did you not?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Reduce your current health points by half.
Okay. Done.
Okay. Now, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to roll your damage.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm also going to use my Touch of Death ability to add 9 additional points of necrotic damage to this. He's going like this is, he's on the ground. This guy's over him. This is the last shot. Oh, wait, it's weapon damage. Okay. So it was weapon damage, max weapon damage.
Max weapon damage times
Twice.
2.
Okay.
Plus your modifier.
Okay, cool. Cool. 33 points of damage. Wait, hold on. I forgot the sneak attack. 33. 37.
37? Okay. How many hit points did you remove?
14.
Roll 14d6 and add it to the damage.
Okay. We're just open up roll 20 here for a second. Well, no, I've got this open here. 14. Okay. 56 on top of 34.
How do you want to do this?
He's just gonna say, if you want more, then take it all. And this is the first time he's used his Touch of Death ability. So I'm gonna say that the wings come out, the eyes go black, and all of that necrotic energy that he has goes into the sword, and you can see the wings diminishing, the eyes going regular, all of it going into the blade. And like after the stab is done, he just kind of collapses.
As you all see this happen, light fills this armored sentinel, if you will, and begins to eke out of cracks you had not seen before. You see Petra fall back, exhausted. However, the sword remains, and you see a spectral feminine arm holding the blade in place. Leaning forward, aid asked for is aid given. And you see the armor explode into 1,000,000 fragments of obsidian sparkle down. You all see this very thin feminine form looking at you all. For you truly are the champions, she says. She looks over to Petra. His intentions are good, if not misguided. You will need to be his conscience. Free our lands, for only you can do it. And this has proven that you can. The sword drops to the ground, and her form somewhat dissipates and floats off as if on a breeze. At that, you hear the clop, 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 as riding horses make their way over to you. And you see other members of the Reclamation Regiment standing, like riding over hard and fast towards you all.
DM.
Yes.
I'll say, as this happened, Flint's going to run over and use Lay on Hands on Petra to heal back that 14 points. And he's going to say, well, looks like, well, we ever see your bride again, we'll tell you're spoken for. And yeah, and then he'll use the rest of the 6 on him. So.
All right.
Unsure what you mean by that, but I am in a tremendous amount of pain. Thank you.
They come riding up. What was that? What just happened? And that, friends, I honestly think is where we're going to pause and we're going to stop for today. And with that, friends, be sure to tune in next week for the conclusion of Season 1 of Champions of Eclypsia. But we're going to go around the horn. We're going to talk to everybody. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see how they're feeling. We're going to see what's going on. And by God, the Blight Duchess can talk to people in a state of oblivion? Interesting. So, looking around, how are we doing, friends? You know what? I'm going to start with Al. Al. How's it going? What are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, feeling pretty good, and especially with continuing Flint's actions of not thinking before. Actually, that was a conscious thought of destroying the lantern with the whole, like, if I destroy this, he'll lose some of his power. But yeah, I'm Alice Wrights on Twitter and Twitch. You can find what I'm doing over there.
Okay. All right. So Joshua, what are you thinking? I'm picking at random now. We're not going in any discernible order.
Love it. Love it. Oh, that was amazingly intense. I know Nikki posted in the chat that she was sweating bullets, and this thing gets really warm whenever you're stressed. Like, what do I do? And obviously, the best option is to try to steal a possibly cursed object from the big bad and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I love that Flint just followed through and just destroyed it. It was such a great, like, all of this was such a great combination. I loved it so much.
I admit, I was like, oh shit, Einor's going for the cage. All right, that's something. Okay, cool. All right. What I was not expecting was Flint to crush the cage. That I was most definitely not thinking was going to be a thing. In all the times that I have ever encountered players, this is the first time that I've seen them go, what happens if we destroy a piece of their equipment? And I am here for it. That was awesome. That is 100% awesome. Just wow. Jay, what do you think? How you thinking? What's going on?
Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, fun. Ralph is the only thing, Mod, like, where's Mod? If Mod's back, he doesn't care about the recommend. He's running over to Mod is the first thoughts that are coming through Ralph. And the dice don't lie, but man, it would have been cool doing a little Hulk puny god situation on this. But yeah, that was the full takeover. The first time that Ralph is switched into almost werebear mode and full on beast mode. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sliding back over, Joshua, where can we find you at? Because I didn't prompt you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. No, I talk about the story. You can find me on twitch.tv/Gen2Penguin or over on Twitter under JRowlTech. But honestly, you'll catch me on Twitch more than you will on Twitter.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. And Jay, where can we find you?
Well, I'm Jay, also known as Neophet3 on the socials. I am a few different locations right now. The Emporium for the Wayward Gamer on Wednesday nights for the Saltmarsh Legends. You can find me there. And Shadowport Adventures, the Star Wars RPGs. We want to wait for the other thing at the end?
Yeah. What the other thing? What other thing? Oh yes. No. We'll wait for that one at the end.
Okay. Yeah. Special announcement.
Special announcements. Wait. Yes.
Special announcement. You want to wait for this one?
Yes, you do. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Nikki, what are you thinking, girl? How you doing? What's going on?
Yeah. Polite Duchess talking in banishment and bad guy dead exploding and the lady of Whitebane showing up and actually saying that we're all champions. That's weird. That's hitting Mod in a very weird spot because, you know, things that have happened in the past. Mm-hmm. And she's actually genuinely concerned for Petra in this moment. And oh my God. If you like our art, it's done by Brian Evan Patterson. Commission him to do your stuff. Buy a t-shirt from his t-shirt site. Please, they're fun. Because I got my Hello Kitty one right here. It's fun. It's really fun. You can find me DMing Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition. Season 2 of Phoenix's Call on McStabber Studios at 8 p.m. Eastern times on Tuesdays. We're about halfway through, and I've almost made them cry at least 6 times, at least. And I haven't killed anybody yet, but it was until episode 4 last time. You will also find me next week on, again, McStabber Studios on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, playing Ghost Hunters, where I'm going to be playing Double D Dog in the house of...
I don't know what that was, but now I'm definitely watching it.
Ghost Hunters. It's supposed to be a very funny, humorous game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I may have scarred Nikki.
No, not scarred. I'm just hyped right
Okay.
now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Noir.
Oh boy,
How you doing? How you doing?
a lot happened there.
A little bit. Yeah.
Pardon me if you can hear the storm. It's getting like real bad out there. Is that hail now? Anyway,
Hell no.
It's as if the gods themselves have decreed that things should happen.
So I knew the moment that we left the city and souls were being converted into energy that Petra was going paladin. And we leveled up and he's got his first level of paladin because he was very upset about that. I don't know what oath he's taking now because of what happened today. He was very clearly gonna go oath of vengeance because like he promised his library paladin buddy like, hey, nothing's gonna happen, and then they all got hoovered. And now there's this. I don't know what's happening, and I love that. Petra is also very confused. I'm playing it so that he was kind of out of it when she gave her "You're the champion" speech, so he was not conscious for any of that. He's just very like he's still very Petra, but he likes his sword a lot more now.
Right? Right?
Like it's like the worst possible person got this sword. The worst, like he should not have been the one to pick it up. I'm so sorry.
Is it are you the hero they needed or the hero they deserved?
They deserved it. They were naughty for Christmas because this is not a hero dude at all.
Or is he?
Yes.
Or is
oh
Something
boy.
redemption.
We might be going that way, which is pretty messed up because I was totally gonna go vengeance. Totally gonna go
vengeance.
Well, I
Uh-oh.
mean,
There's always another option too.
there's a couple other ones, and it's just like some of them make more sense now, especially if he starts to buy in. Like the fact that I think what really is messing him up the most is that this weapon has not been intrusive. Like she just listened, and he respects the heck out of that. So, you know, he's giving respect back, which is not very Petra-like, but it's like, I've had you this whole time. You only made yourself know when somebody addressed you. So like, okay, let's be respectful. Let's work together. And then the first time he asked for help, that happens. He's having a crisis right now. I'm also having a crisis right now.
I mean,
it's awesome.
You just happen to have one of the like 9 legendary weapons of the world strapped to your back.
He just thought it was neat.
I know. You know what he did?
What?
He decided to go over to that dark, shadowy place, even though he knew in every ounce of his fiber he shouldn't, but he still did.
Well, see, that's the thing. Petra don't think he should do anything. He thinks he can do whatever he wants to do.
Or does he?
He's a mess. I got a wife in Excalibur. What is going on?
You don't have a wife yet. Soon to be.
I got a fiance in Excalibur.
You got a fiance.
And a fiance.
And a big old sword.
Yep. And as for the thing, you can find me everywhere as the Noir Enigma, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok,
Y'all,
Instagram.
I haven't heard them this discombobulated like the entire time. I genuinely think I jacked them up in some capacity.
Like, oh no.
Like I'm from thinking we were like Suicide Squad, and now we're heroes.
I decided to be heroes. Look at how I treat mine.
Like,
Mine
I mean, you
wanted
gotta.
the city to No.
Like, you've got to figure, right? So much key, interesting thing happened. Like, literally, I have a little chart, like, on the rare off chance that they do this or that they do this, right? These kinds of things will happen, right? One of the things in this freaking tome that I have, that is Eclypsia, says if they go for the soul cage, reduce the Death Knight's hit points by half.
We had already done half damage. We had already got him there. That's what that means, right? I think.
No, he got the cage off, and then they all immediately destroyed the cage, which cut him down to half, right? And I have had ever since Petra picked up the sword, I have had a note in every single one. If he asks for help.
See, folks, what really happened was we have secret access to Kurt's notebook, and we just looked through everything and just was like,
it's all on paper. There is nothing in here that is digital. I would like to point that out. There's nothing in here that is digital.
We hacked this notebook. Oh, like that. I mean, that's really freaking cool that it all went down that way, because I thought for sure I was about to get rocked when I was on the.
You will know, like, for real. Okay, so Petra's going down, promptly followed by Flint, and then it was literally just a whole, like, you asked for help. The one thing that I never would have thought Petra would do, Petra did. It was real, but yes.
And also shout out to protection from good and evil. You really out here putting in the work. You out
Yep, sure
It's
are.
an underrated spell, folks.
Yep.
Take it if you get a chance.
Yep.
Take it if you got it.
Yep. That's why I like alignments. Anyway. But yes, friends, I want to thank everybody who hung out with us, stuck it through with us, despite the technical difficulties. And yeah, no, that went so much faster, so much better than I possibly could have even remotely imagined. And that was just amazing, friends. That was really, truly amazing. It was great. I am Kurt, also known as Covenant the Horrible Alchemist. You can find me on all the socials at that, right there, that thing, right? Feel free to come hang out. And yeah, what? I don't know the question that you're asking, Jay. You're muted.
Plug ourselves. Oh,
Did everyone?
He wants to make sure that everybody's.
You guys plugged yourselves, right?
Yeah,
because my brain is goo right now.
we scrambled and.
Oh yeah. By the way,
scatterbrained.
by the by, this, I'm gonna thank all of our sponsors here in just a moment. But beforehand, if you like Champions of Eclypsia, if you really like Champions of Eclypsia, right? Thank you for showing up. I greatly appreciate that and sticking with us through that. But if you ever don't have anything to do on a Saturday morning before Champions of Eclypsia, grab you a cup of coffee, go watch Morning Ritual. You will be enlightened and probably piss yourself from laughing so much. It is the most amazing Saturday morning show that I have ever seen. Ever.
Yes.
Period.
It's sometimes very 18 plus. Just be careful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. It is for mature audiences only. But go watch it. But I would like to thank everybody over at Gilding Light, Satine Phoenix, for giving us this space to play this game and do these wonderful things. Our friends over at Idle Champion and Sirenscape, Idle Champion for providing us with a cool little code that you can redeem to get some chests and things along those lines within the game. Sirenscape for providing a great place to get great audio for your games. And yeah, and all these wonderful people and people like y'all. Also, if you're feeling generous, have the ability to, or would like to, please donate, subscribe, what have you. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a retweet, anything to help us grow and make this thing bigger and get all these people the recognition and all the stuff that they need. Because it's really expensive to do this stuff. And we like doing it. So please help us out and we'll keep giving this stuff for you and whatnot. It'd be great. Appreciate it. But I love you all and thank you all for showing up. And next week will be the season finale of Champions of Eclypsia, where we wrap up a few of these loose threads and probably pull on a couple of new strings. But as always, friends, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Saturday.
Isn't there
But
some
first,
fun-
a special announcement.
Oh, wait.
Forgot the special
There is a
announcement.
special
There's a
announcement.
special announcement.
My brain is gone. I just want
You
to
Holding
are.
everybody in. You're
Dude,
holding
that's-
everybody in.
Rolling ever?
Let's go, Jay. Give us that.
What's the
that
special
first
announcement,
trigger.
Jay?
Do you want the special announcement?
No, it's your show.
Please,
Okay.
give me it.
So, I have the wonderful honor and very excited to announce that on Wednesday, May the 4th, I will be running a special edition, May the 4th Be With You, Star Wars event here on Gilding Light. We have an exciting crew of putting some players together. I'm very excited to announce that Todd Stashwick, Lucas Schumann with a brick, Kurt, our wonderful GM, and our good friend Bill Roper will be joining us for the special one-shot this Wednesday on May the 4th. So if you love Star Wars, you love Edge of the Empire RPGs and Star Wars RPGs, you like me as a GM, come join us for some fun, just Star Wars excitement. So, special announcement.
Well, all right, friends. And I think I got it. I think I got it now. I think we've got everything out and whatnot. But we will see you all next Saturday as we wrap up the first season of Champions of Eclypsia. And as always, friends, remember, be fearless. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.